I had to scrap every other podcast that I had planned for today and hurry up and talk about this book. So today's podcast is on the book by Tilman Fertitta, Shut Up and Listen. And if you don't know who Fertitta is, Fertitta owns the Golden Nugget Casinos, over 600 restaurants like Morton Steakhouse, Rainforest Cafe, Saltgrass, Landry Seafood, over 600 of them. Oh, and by the way, he owns the Houston Rockets too. And so he starts the book, Shut Up and Listen. He starts the book by saying there's a paddle coming for everybody's ass. And you don't know when it's coming or where it's coming from. And the paddle, man, the paddle is your blind spots. It's the blind spots, the things that you don't see, the forces that are unseen that will take you out of your business, that will take you off your success and growth chart. And you know, the paddle could be the economy turns. The paddle could be a sudden sickness. The paddle could be a letter from the IRS. The paddle could be you getting fired all of a sudden. Anything, all these kind of forces that you think, okay, I don't see anything coming. No, it's what you don't see. It's that paddle. And he said the reason why the paddle sometimes strikes your ass is because you lose your hunger. And chapter 12 talks about that. It's maintaining your hunger in good times and bad. Many times, man, we lose our hunger in good times. We grow overconfident. We grow complacent because you think it's going to go forever, right? You think all the good times, you think you're so blessed and you got such a hot hand that it's never going to end. It's not true at all. I always say when good times, when there's good times, bad's on the way. And when you're in bad times, good is right around the corner. So you've got to understand things always change. Nothing stays the same at all. So when things are good, you got to abide by the 95-5 rule. And I love this rule that he has. The 95-5 rule is this. Most people obsess over the 95%. They say, hey, 95% of my business, which is CEO you, or even if you don't own a business, 95% of things are going well. He said, but it's that 5%, man, that'll crush you. It's that 5% that will take you off your game. It's that 5% that will bury you. And that 5% for you, man, or for him, is bringing a drink with no napkin, ceiling fans running at different speeds, mismatched chairs, a beautifully prepared dish that is on the wrong plate. It's all those kind of different things. He said it's that 5% I obsess over because I know it's that 5%. If it's left unchecked, eventually it'll bury me. And then also, to maintain his hunger, even in good times, he has a poor mindset. And the poor mindset is, he said, decades ago, he had a chance to own the Houston Rockets, the NBA Houston Rockets, yet he couldn't come up with the cash. And so he worked from that day on with a poor mindset. Nobody told him 15, 20 years from now he's going to have another chance. But he worked with a poor mindset, so when that opportunity mysteriously just all of a sudden popped up, he was the second bidder, not the first bidder. He put up $100 million in non-refundable cash and said, look, even if I don't get the team, you keep that $100 million. His thing is, man, you got to be the bull. At all times, man, you got to be the bull. So it's that 95-5 rule. It's working with a poor mindset when things are good, but also, man, when things are bad, never lose your hunger. Many times, man, we lose our hunger when times are bad, when it's our day in the barrel, because we think we're outmatched, we have no options, this is the end of the road. It's not true at all. Even in bad times, man, maintain your hunger. And maintaining your hunger is understanding that you got to fight for options. What I talked about the other day. You have to fight for options until, he says this, until they padlock your front door, until they physically restrain you. If anything is possible, then anything's an option. Anything's an option. And so that's what you fight for. You have to, when things come at you, you don't look at things as a problem. You look at them as a challenge. What's the challenge today? So never lose your hunger in good times and bad. When things are good, be pessimistic. When things are bad, be optimistic, because things always turn. Listen to the podcast, get the book, have an amazing day, stay in the sales life.